pretty sure all of us have wondered why Muzan didn't summon Tengen Uzui, the god of festivals, to the Infinity Castle. Did he just forget about him, or was it something else? Well, the main reason Muzan didn't teleport Uzui to the Infinity Castle was because Uzui had retired as a Hashira, due to losing an arm and an eye. Or maybe it's because Tengen is a ninja and is the sound Hashira, so he was actually the only one that managed to hide from the Upper Moon 4 eyes. And because of his incredible hearing, he can hear the eyes and dodge them. So in reality, Muzan just never found him. Well, there's a lot of different theories, and in this video, we'll see them all. First, what if Tengen was still in his prime and Muzan had actually summoned him to the Infinity Castle? How would that affect the outcome? Since all the battles in the manga have already been decided, we will put Uzui into all of them separately to see how it will affect the outcome. But before we begin, let's talk about his stats a bit. As the sound Hashira, Uzui's sound breathing and flashy combat style could have complemented other Hashira. His explosive attacks and ability to read enemy movements through sound could have provided a tactical edge, especially in the chaotic and shifting environment of the Infinity Castle. His agility and combat experience would have made him a formidable ally against the Upper Moons. Besides this, he could have assisted the normal Demon Slayers in their respective battles and saved a lot of lives. Tengen is known for his team-oriented approach, as seen in the Entertainment District arc, where he fought alongside Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. His ability to coordinate effectively might have helped the Hashira and Demon Slayers devise better strategies, especially in fights against Upper Moon 4, Hantengu, or Upper Moon 5, Gyoko. Tengen's charismatic and confident personality might have boosted morale among the Demon Slayers during the grueling battles. His 3 wives, who are skilled kunoichi, could have provided additional support in intelligence gathering or fighting. And we can't forget his muscular rats, who would have supported the Demon Slayers in different ways. Now that we've talked about his skills, let's discuss how he would fare against different Upper Moons. First up, let's discuss what would happen if Tengen joins Giyu and Tanjiro against Akaza. We all know that Akaza ended up committing suicide and proved too much for both of them. Now, what if Tengen was part of this battle as well? Akaza excels in hand-to-hand combat and can predict movements using his destructive death, Compass Needle. Tengen's sound breathing, which relies on analyzing rhythm, would act as a perfect counter for Akaza's predictive abilities by disrupting his flow with unexpected explosive attacks and high-speed slashes. Furthermore, Tengen's dual swords and explosive bombs could serve as diversions, forcing Akaza to shift focus. This would give Tanjiro and Giyu more opportunities to land critical strikes. And we can't rule out Tengen's bombs, especially those with Wisteria poison. He can use those to weaken Akaza's regeneration slightly, providing an edge in the battle. Akaza's overwhelming physical strength would still dominate initially, but Tengen's flashy fighting style would keep him occupied, allowing Giyu to use his water-breathing techniques more effectively. Using these diversions, Tanjiro could get closer to Akaza without being immediately countered. Tengen would sustain serious injuries, as Akaza's relentless attacks take their toll. However, his efforts would give Tanjiro the opportunity to unlock his transparent world, leveling the playing field. Tengen's flashy bombs and coordinated strikes with Giyu would weaken Akaza just enough for Tanjiro to execute the final Hinokami Kagura strike. Considering all these things, Akaza's defeat would come sooner, as Tengen's contributions would help Tanjiro achieve the transparent world without as much struggle. With Tengen sharing the burden, both Tanjiro and Giyu might sustain fewer injuries during the intense battle. Tengen's confidence and charisma could boost Tanjiro and Giyu's morale, helping them endure the psychological strain of battling Akaza. Even though Akaza might dominate in the beginning, Tengen's presence would eventually lead to his demise. Doma's ice-based attacks are challenging because of their wide range and ability to immobilize opponents. Tengen's bombs could shatter or melt these ice constructs, limiting Doma's control over the battlefield. Tengen's ability to synchronize with other fighters could allow Shinobu to land her poison attacks with greater precision. His presence could draw Doma's attention, reducing the pressure on Shinobu and Kanao. Tengen's ability and strength would allow him to shield Kanao during critical moments, giving her the ability to land decisive blows when Doma's guard is lowered. Despite all this, I believe both of them won't be enough to take down Doma, and Shinobu's sacrifice might still occur due to her long-term strategy against Doma. Tengen, however, could extend her survival, giving her more time to inflict poison damage. With Tengen's help, Kanao could potentially finish the fight faster, avoiding major injuries and leaving her better prepared for the battle against Muzan. We might not even see Inosuke's participation in this battle. I hate to say this, but Shinobu's death in this battle is imminent. Even the presence of someone like Tengen wouldn't save her. If Kanao was present from the beginning, things could have been different. Now this one is a bit interesting. There are 2 parts of this battle. In the beginning, Muichiro and Genya are the ones fighting Kokushibo, and after some time, Sanemi and Gyome also join them. If Tengen had joined the battle right from the beginning, when Muichiro and Genya were up against Upper Moon 1, things could have turned out quite differently. Tengen's ability to perceive the sound of enemy movements would allow him to predict Kokushibo's attacks. This could provide Genya and Muichiro with crucial seconds to react and adjust their strategies, especially against Kokushibo's overwhelmingly fast and precise strikes. Tengen's bombs, infused with Wisteria poison, could damage Kokushibo and disrupt his attacks momentarily. While Kokushibo's regeneration would mitigate the physical damage, the explosions would force him to adapt, opening small windows for others to strike. With Tengen providing cover, Genya might be able to successfully consume parts of Kokushibo's Kokushibo's sword earlier, granting the group a better chance of weakening Kokushibo. Muichiro, though still young and inexperienced, could survive longer with Tengen's support. This might buy enough time for Gyomei and Sanemi to arrive without Muichiro succumbing to fatal injuries. In the original timeline, Muichiro and Genya had succumbed to death during this battle. However, Tengen's presence would save them from this fate. Gyomei and Sanemi also took significant damage during their fight with Kokushibo in the original timeline. With Tengen assisting, they could avoid some of Kokushibo's deadliest strikes. Tengen's teamwork might allow Gyomei to conserve energy for the final phase of the battle, improving his odds of survival post-Kokushibo. While Kokushibo's strength would still dominate, Tengen's added disruption would speed up his defeat and allow the remaining Hashira to regroup for the final fight against Muzan. So far, Tengen is like a cheat code for all of these battles, except against Doma. His presence significantly improves the survival rate of all the Hashira. I'm pretty sure we don't have to talk about the battle against Nakime. Mitsuri and the Serpent Hashira were more than enough to take down the weird upper moon. Tengen's presence would just speed up the process and wouldn't affect the outcome. The same is the case with Zenitsu's battle against Kaigaku. Most people would say that Tengen would take Kaigaku by himself, but I believe that he would allow Zenitsu to fight Kaigaku by himself because it is his battle. He would still closely observe the battle and intervene if he senses that Zenitsu is in danger. However, in the original timeline, Zenitsu managed to defeat Kaigaku by himself, so Tengen's presence wouldn't make any difference at all. Last up, it's time that we talk about the final battle against Muzan. Most of us underestimate Tengen a lot, but his presence would have significantly affected the outcome of this battle. Tengen's sound breathing, which focuses on analyzing the rhythm of an opponent's attacks, would be invaluable in countering Muzan's relentless and multi-directional assaults. By identifying patterns in Muzan's attacks, Tengen could help other fighters dodge, counter, or block more effectively. His flashy and unpredictable combat style would create distractions, forcing Muzan to divide his focus. Tengen's explosives, infused with Wisteria poison, could temporarily disrupt Muzan's regeneration, providing the Demon Slayers with critical opportunities to press their advantage. His agility and awareness would make him a key protector for younger fighters like Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Kanao, shielding them from Muzan's deadly tentacle-like attacks, while ensuring they remain in the fight. His natural leadership would help coordinate movements among the group, turning a chaotic battle into a more strategic effort. During the initial assault, Tengen would focus on disrupting Muzan's attack patterns, allowing fighters like Giyu, Mitsuri, and Sanemi to deliver precise strikes. His loud and flashy style would draw Muzan's attention, easing the pressure on Tanjiro and Nezuko. As the battle progresses, Tengen could shift to a defensive role, protecting injured fighters and giving them the chance to recover and rejoin the fray. As the sunrise nears and Muzan begins to weaken, Tengen would ramp up his offense, launching a relentless assault with Wisteria-laced explosives to slow down Muzan's regeneration. His efforts would pave the way for Tanjiro to deliver the final Hinokami Kagura strike. While Tengen's physical limitations, missing an arm and an eye, might put him at a greater risk, he would undoubtedly embrace these challenges to ensure victory. He could even sustain critical injuries while shielding others or make a heroic sacrifice, such as detonating a large-scale Wisteria bomb near Muzan to create a decisive opening. Tengen's involvement would lead to fewer casualties and potentially shorten the battle. His ability to disrupt Muzan's rhythm, protect his comrades, and boost morale would significantly enhance the team's effectiveness. While he might not deliver the final blow, Tengen's contributions would ensure that the final fight against Muzan remains, in every sense, flashy and unforgettable. In the end, it's quite obvious that Tengen's presence would have made the Infinity Castle arc a lot easier for the other characters. I mean, that's why the author had to nerf him. That's it, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time. Bye!